There are 7 days left until Christmas. While the crow, Rudy, and the Christmas mouse were waiting to finally return to their forest, the forest dwellers were still arguing. Will the gnome Red Hood be able to bring everyone together before the mouse returns? The owl was big, very big, and not very friendly. That's why she was disliked in the forest. But you could always count on her. The owl liked the Christmas mouse and avoided conflicts, knowing the mouse could celebrate well, but the magpie Elsie's antics bothered the owl. Since the Christmas mouse left, chaos reigned in the forest. The antics of Elsie the magpie and her family upset the owl. Since the Christmas mouse left, chaos reigned in the forest. Magpies starting fights with the owl was unheard of before. The Christmas mouse would never have allowed such chaos. The Christmas mouse would never have allowed that. After all, this year the holiday was decided to be celebrated in the owl's cave. The owl was just thinking about how to protect herself from the magpies and make sure they wouldn't come near her in the future when she suddenly heard someone calling her. Down below, under the wide crack in the rock that served as the owl's entrance to the cave, stood the gnome Red Hood. "What do you want?" the owl called out to him. "I want to talk to you," replied the gnome Red Hood. "I'll be right down." And in a moment, the owl was right next to him. "So, what happened?" she asked. "Sorry about the magpie," the gnome apologized. "It's not that simple," the owl grumbled. "The fight was started by the magpie, Elsie, and she's a member of your holiday committee." "I know, and I'm really sorry about that. If the Christmas mouse finds out about this, her heart will break. So I want to ask you, despite the fight with the magpies, to let us use the cave for the celebration." The owl pondered. "All right, but only if the magpie, Elsie, asks me for forgiveness." "I'll pass it on to her," promised the gnome Red Hood. He adjusted his hat and said goodbye. He sadly headed back to his workshop. There was a lot of work waiting for him there. The problem wasn't just with Elsie. The gnomes were short on materials for the gifts they wanted to carve for each forest dweller. So, together they went looking for the branches they needed for their work. But there was a lot of snow, and they hardly found anything. Fortunately, the owl Carl flew in. He noticed a whole pile of thick branches. "Aren't these little fir trees owned by someone?" The gnomes started to worry. Carl reassured them. The trees were knocked down by a family of woodpeckers, and they moved away from here last summer. "We haven't had such good wood in a long time," the gnomes cheered. The conversation with the magpie, Elsie, was postponed until the next day. Maybe it's for the best. Thank you for being with me today. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. And in the info box under this video, I leave information on how to join the Telegram channel, which has already collected over 300 audio fairy tales. So, take a look there. See you later!